The Steelers are very much a Super Bowl team. Now, I know what people are going to be saying. One, why is there a bird chirping in the background? It's 5 a.m. over here in Asia. But secondly, the Steelers, while they didn't score a touchdown this game, it proves that they can win in any way they need to. Whether it's an ugly game versus Atlanta week 1, same thing, like 6 field goals. But still, if they need to win like that, they can pull one out of the fire. Or if it's a shootout versus Washington, they can win like that too. The defense is just so stacked. I mean, Patrick Queen had himself a heck of a game. Obviously, TJ Watt, Nick Herbig, it was great having him back. He is just so good for a 22-year-old edge rusher. There's not really a single part of this team where you look at and you say, yeah, that's a weak spot. Maybe the wide receivers besides George Pickens, but they're getting by. And their main problem is in the red zone. Their problem is not the wide receivers not being the best. Well, okay, that's debatable. But George Pickens, Darnell Washington, they had good games, the Georgia Bulldogs. But the moment they got into that red zone, they needed Justin Fields in there. I'm not going to lie. They should have put Justin Fields in there. I mean, Russell Wilson is trying his best, but if you just had a guy who could create something out of nothing with his legs, that would be very helpful. So it's great that they're making the big plays. They're getting the yards, the first downs, putting themselves in positions to go get those touchdowns, but just finishing touches. But with the Ravens, they're also a very well-coached team, similar to the Steelers. So it's hard to finish on guys like that. At the end of the day, though, wins are wins. And again, the Steelers are 8-2. 8-2. A lot of people wouldn't have expected that after they lost back-to-back to Joe Flacco and the Dallas Cowboys. It's funny that those are the teams that the Steelers lost to, but this team is dangerous on all fronts. And they were talking about how this stretch is so dangerous, and I was trying to tell people, if there's any team to be built to go through a stretch like this, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, because that defense will wear anybody down, and defense wins championships. Also, the offense has been doing pretty well. This is the one game where they really didn't put up the points with Russell Wilson, but you can tell they're gonna keep on doing their thing when it comes to getting the yards, controlling the clock. So really not worried about that whatsoever. But let me know what you guys think about the Steelers' performance versus the Ravens. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. That is it for me on this one. Peace.